I'm joined now by the mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson. Good morning to you, Mr. Mayor.
Good morning.
I know you want to show off your city as you welcome this massive influx of visitors, but there are these planned protests. Are you confident Chicago is ready for this and there will not be chaos?
We are ready for this convention. In fact, the city of Chicago, as you know, has hosted the most conventions in our country's history because it turns out we're actually really good at this. You know, the part that's actually most exciting, though, in this moment is that this is a party that can handle protest and protecting the First Amendment right, which is fundamental to our democracy, while also strengthening our democracy and speaking to the future of our country. Unlike the Republican Party, which is very painful to watch right now. I don't know what's worse, watching the Republican Party or breakdancing at the Olympics.
Let's stick to security here for a moment. Do you have any concerns?
We're ready for this convention. Look, our local police department has worked with the Secret Service as well as other local agencies to ensure a safe, peaceful, yet vibrant, exciting convention. The city of Chicago has been rated #1 as it relates to convention centers and how we make sure that we protect people while also providing an opportunity to see the beauty and the soul of who we are.
You backed the candidacy of Kamala Harris within hours of Joe Biden dropping out. I think you were one of the first people to
and
do
13 minutes.
1 hour, 13 minutes. Okay. But have you seen any evidence there will be fewer protesters given that Joe Biden is no longer the nominee?
Well, you certainly know that there's tremendous excitement. Look, Vice President Kamala Harris and her work to ensure that working people in this country are prioritized. She selected an amazing human being, Governor Walz, a former social studies teacher like myself. So just a shout out to all of our public school teachers around America. So absolutely, there's a great deal of excitement. Now, as far as, you know, who will provide some dissent to ensure that the voices of individuals who want the government to be better, look, that's going to happen. And in fact, you know, we support the First Amendment. And we have to make sure that we protect the rights of individuals to be able to bring their grievances to the leadership and for our party to respond. And we've done that. When it comes to economic development, much like what we're doing in Chicago, $20 billion of new economic development, particularly for affordable housing. This is also what Vice President Kamala Harris has pushed forth. A $300 billion infusion into our public education system, $100 billion infusion to make sure that people can find pathways to home ownership. That's who we are as a party, and that's why there's so much excitement around Vice President Kamala Harris.
You talk about Chicago and that you're ready for this. You have 1,700 fewer police officers because of attrition, because of retirement. How did you make up for that?
Well, listen, you actually have fewer police officers all over the country. And so as individuals wish to find a career, that is a pathway to the middle class. I can tell you this emphatically. Our local police department, along with the local police agencies, as well as the Secret Service, we are ready for this convention. And in fact, even with the convention going on, not one neighborhood in Chicago will go unprotected.
You yourself have a background as an activist, as a protester. You have also made quite clear what side you're on in these protests. You told Mother Jones magazine that you think what the Israelis are doing is genocidal. How do you balance First Amendment rights with safety? Where's your red line?
Well, listen, here's what I've also been very clear about. From the very beginning, October 7th, in very certain terms, we condemned the horrific acts of Hamas. This is a party that can condemn terrorism and call for peace. That's the line. We're really good at this. You know, this is the city that said, keep hope alive. Reverend Jesse Jackson. This is the city that said, yes, we can. President Barack Obama. This is also the city that's going to launch the first black woman of Asian descent to the most powerful position in the land, arguably one of the most powerful positions in the world. And so our balance is to hear the voices of people. Of course, I've been a part of demonstrations, but so was Fannie Lou Hamer. My people come out of Salis, Mississippi, which is less than an hour away from Montgomery County, Mississippi. And so the very protests and demonstrations that allowed for Fannie Lou Hamer to have a seat in this convention in 1968, the son of Salis, Mississippi, gets to welcome the Mississippi delegation.
And I know we're going to hear a lot of that tomorrow night when you speak on the floor.
Did I just give you a preview of my speech?
I think you just gave me a preview of your speech. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me.